First of all, so it is Thursday, 24th of April, week 18 of 2025. Quickly, yeah. The reason why you're so stiff when you're sparring or when you're on the bags is because you sit around all day. You should be on your feet all the time. You shouldn't sit down and slouch. You should be moving all the time. I'm not saying you can't sit down and relax and chill, but you shouldn't be like, in one position for like hours a day and expect to be like fluid and so flexible and agile and sparring. That's complete bullshit. It's not gonna happen. And every single morning when you wake up, you should be like doing like a mobility routine and do some rehab exercises for my rotator cuff, for my lower traps, and for my stretching my hip muscles and all that. Or it's always gonna be the struggle where my arm is gonna hurt. I'll tell you this: when I went to sparring today, and after the second round, I mean not even the second round, but when I was on the bag warming up, after about the third round on the bags, my arm started to hurt, as in like from the top of my shoulder to all the way to my middle finger's tip. It started like the kind of pain that makes you feel nervous. Both of my fucking arms. And it started there, and I sparred for like 2 rounds. After about 2 rounds, I started to feel my arms like intensely. And the third round I was like, nah, I'm not gonna quit. I'm just gonna survive in there. I'm not gonna try to attack him. I'm just gonna survive in there. And he fucking took the chance and like fucking beat me up. I was like still standing. I wanted to fall down. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. But I was like, nah, I got too much fucking pride for myself. If you wanted to, you could have knocked me out, but he was a good friend of mine. He didn't do it. Props to him. But I was shit. The main reason being my shoulder girdle was so fucking stiff, but my arm had to compromise for that instability in my shoulder girdle, bro. My elbows, my wrists, my fingertips, and especially my biceps, man. I feel like I got bicep tendonitis, bro. It's very fucking fixable, man. It's not something that you live with or because you sit down all day, all fucking day. You have to move around. You have to be like a little bit more moving around. I'm telling you, it's because my rotator cuff is weak and my lower traps are weak. And my elbow has to compensate for that lack of strength and stability. It's pretty fucking basic stuff, man. And also, my coach, he mentioned something as well. I'm trying to punch so much harder and trying to aim for power with every single punch, which is fucking bullshit. Don't do that shit. He's right. He's completely right. My coach is right. Aim for speed, because he told me that don't worry about power because you're naturally strong. You just don't know it yet. You think you're weak and your punches don't hurt. But you've never been at the opposite end of your punches, so you don't fucking know. So just aim for speed and endurance. Stop fucking lifting weights. And I was like, there's some good and bad in what he said. I'm not saying my coach is like, so he's 100% right on the thing. And I'm saying he's 100% wrong. He said stop lifting weights. And I'm like, I'm not going to stop lifting weights. Sorry, coach. But I want muscles or I'm going to be like incel shit. But he's right. Stop aiming for power on every single punch. Aim for speed, aim for endurance, aim for volume. Lots and lots of punches. Don't aim for power with every single punch. That's stupid. I think that's the main reason why your shoulder girdle, my upper back, my rotator cuff, my lower traps is like turning off because I'm using my arm for like power. You shouldn't be using your arms for your power. You should be using your legs, your core, and your upper back, man. You should be using your torso, your upper back, your legs, your core for generating power. You will see all of the best fighters in the world, amateur and pro. They all have skinny fucking arms, but jacked torsos, big delts, big upper back, big legs. There's a fucking reason for that, man. They have disproportionately skinny arms. but they hit like a fucking truck. There's a reason for that, man. Your punching power doesn't come from your arm. It comes from your legs, your core, your torso, your upper back, your hip muscles. And part of those muscles being strong, a big part of them is being flexible and mobile in those areas as well. Having like a strong, big upper back, yeah, it's nice and cool, yeah. But if you're not stable and it's not healthy, you're gonna compensate with your arm. Yeah, and having big, strong legs is like cool, and yeah. But if you don't have like strong hip flexors and you don't train your adductors, your abductors, you don't stretch them enough, you don't train your hip flexors, you don't stretch them enough, you don't strengthen them enough, you're going to run into problems. So you're going to compensate by using your knees too much or your ankles too much, and you're going to get problems there. Your body will always find a way to compensate for your weaknesses, and it's your job to identify those weaknesses and correct them and have them addressed. Because bro, the pain I felt, it's still hurting, bro, but the pain is now, it's like a 2 out of 10. Yeah, it's still hurting, it's a bit annoying now, but I can live with it. I'm sure by night time it will like completely go away. But after the third round of sparring, I took off my gloves. I couldn't even fucking take off my gloves. The pain was genuinely like an 8 or a 9 out of 10, bro. I'm not even taking the piss. I'm not saying it was 10 out of 10. I was dying. I felt like I was dying, but I wasn't. Let's be real. Still here. But it was genuinely like 8 or a 9 out of 10 pain. So I found the main culprits, the main reasons for why this happened. I'll mention it one by one. Number 1, aiming for power with all your punches. Correction, aim for more speed and endurance. Aim for volume. Number 2, you're not sparring enough. Sparring volume. Spar at least 2 to 3 times a week. That's number 2 problem. Number 2 solution. Number 3 is you need to be moving throughout the day, not be sat in one position for hours and hours. You should be, and the correction for that is every single morning when you wake up, do a mobility drill routine and do the rehab exercises, and just be aware and conscious of your positions throughout the day. Just be moving around. If you constantly keep changing positions, that will just keep the body flowing and moving. Those are the 3 problems and 3 solutions for each. It really hurts, man. Really hurts. I wouldn't wish this pain on my worst enemy. My coaches were like, nah, he's just being a pussy, but they don't realize it. My main coach today, he was a bit understanding. He could see it in my face. He's not acting. He's not being lazy. Because after the sparring, you have to do groundwork. I couldn't do it because it involves like push-ups and burpees and all that. My arms, I couldn't even clench my fist, not even tightly, like proper. I couldn't do it. Now I can, but before I couldn't. It was really hurting, man. So I'm gonna put my arm in hot water, give it a massage. And the other problem was, if you're not there 3 times a week, yeah, that's the 4th issue. If you're not there 4 times a week, it's gonna hurt when you start punching. So make sure you're there 3 times a week. I'll catch you in a bit, cuz.